Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're unpacking P2E Inferno. This is a platform that is entirely rethinking how we build skills in frontier technologies like Web3, decentralized finance, and AI. Instead of passive education where you just sit back, relax, and listen to a lecture, P2E Inferno replaces that outdated model with a verifiable, action-driven economy. You aren't just learning, you're executing. We're going to look specifically at the architecture that makes this entire ecosystem possible.
So what if learning actually required proof of action? Think about the traditional online education model for a second. It's largely broken, right? We watch hours and hours of video lectures, maybe we click through a multiple-choice quiz, and at the end of it all, we get a nice little digital certificate. But does that mean we actually know how to confidently deploy a smart contract or train an AI model in the real world? Honestly, the answer is usually no. This massive gap between casual curiosity and actual practical capability is exactly what we're focusing on today. Okay, let's dive into this.
There's this quote I absolutely love. True understanding comes from doing, not just listening. And that right there is the foundational ethos of P2E Inferno. What really makes it special is that it wasn't just brainstormed in some corporate boardroom. This insight was drawn directly from years of hands-on, deeply engaged educational work and hackathons across Africa. We're talking about real-world testing in places like Nigeria and during the Ethereum for Everyone initiative over in Rwanda. The founders, led by Don Boyi Romeo, also known in the space as Danny Tomix, realized that live, incentivized action is the absolute ultimate catalyst for human learning. People might initially show up for the rewards, sure, but they stick around because they are genuinely building tangible value, real skills, and a really strong community.
Section 1. Beyond Passive Learning, Escaping the Content Trap.
And this brilliantly illustrates the massive paradigm shift we're talking about here. Think about the old way of doing things. You watch a lecture, get a decorative badge that frankly doesn't prove much to a potential employer, and you end up navigating these fragmented pathways that just don't lead to real opportunities. Contrast that with the P2E Inferno interactive engine. Here, you are actually executing smart contracts. You are interacting directly with decentralized protocols. You're producing verifiable proof of your skills. And in exchange for that verified action, you're earning tangible value, specifically an in-app progression value called XDG. You aren't merely a student sitting quietly in a digital classroom, you are an active, vital participant in a living economy.
Moving on to Section 2. Quests, the interactive engine. Tactical missions for mastery.
So, what exactly is a quest in this ecosystem? Well, it's a guided activity path designed specifically to move you, the learner, from abstract theory straight into concrete execution. Quests effectively replace the traditional curriculum entirely. Instead of reading a lengthy textbook chapter about how decentralized finance operates in theory, a quest might challenge you to actually go out to a decentralized exchange, connect a wallet, and execute a token swap yourself. It is pure, challenge-based participation. It forces you to confront the friction of the technology head-on, which is, honestly, exactly where the real learning happens.
Let's walk through the mini-narrative of how this actually plays out for a user. It's called the quest lifecycle. Step 1, you start a specific tactical mission. Step 2, you execute an on-chain or platform action. For instance, you might be tasked with deploying an unlock protocol lock NFT on the base network. You actually have to go do that. Step 3, you submit the required proof of work to verify you did it. And finally, Step 4, you claim your earned progression reward. Crucially, in this step, you often collect the specific key that unlocks the very next mission. It brilliantly gamifies the learning process, because you are literally unlocking your own curriculum as you prove your competence. It's a highly structured, predictable path where learning and earning are completely intertwined.
Section 3. Building Daily Momentum, the Consistency Layer. Now, what's really interesting about this next concept is how it clears up a super common point of confusion for new users in the ecosystem. We have to separate this simple daily check-in from the much more dynamic daily quest. The daily check-in is your simplest, lowest friction once-per-day habit. You click a button, you build your consecutive day streak, and you earn basic XP. It just gets you in the door. Daily quests, however, are recurring tactical missions. Your eligibility to even start a daily quest often depends on your current standing in the ecosystem, like whether you hold a specific DG Nation membership key or if you leveled up your stage in the DG token vendor from a beginner pleb all the way to a higher rank like Hustler or OG.
Because the entire goal here is simple, but incredibly powerful. Consistency builds momentum instead of isolated actions. By stacking those frictionless daily check-ins with highly targeted daily quests, the platform ensures you're constantly engaged. It builds this daily rhythm of participation, transforming what could be just a one-time weekend project into a real daily habit of engaging with frontier tech. But of course, all of these actions, streaks, and rewards mean absolutely nothing if the system can be easily faked or manipulated by bad actors.
Which brings us to Section 4, the verification standard, the proof layer.
In the context of this platform, proof of work is the hard, undeniable evidence that a learner actually completed a required action before any rewards are finalized. This is absolutely vital to the integrity of the whole ecosystem. You can't just click a button that says, "I finished the reading," and automatically collect tokens. Your execution must be validated by the system. It perfectly aligns the educational platform with the core ethos of blockchain technology itself. Don't trust, verify. Every single quest is an evidence-based pursuit.
So the crucial point is understanding what actually counts as evidence here. Acceptable proof of work includes actual blockchain transaction hashes, like cryptographically proving you swap tokens. It includes on-chain identity links, such as submitting a basis scan link that ties a decentralized base name directly to your wallet. It can also be direct URL submissions to a learning artifact you created and published, like a detailed Medium article or a YouTube video explaining Web3 concepts. Or it could simply be uploaded screenshots showing you successfully deployed a smart contract in a developer environment. This grounds the theoretical concept of learning firmly in verifiable reality. If you didn't do the work, you simply can't provide the proof.
Section 5, human integrity gating, the trust layer.
Now, even with strict proof of work, a decentralized economy faces a massive threat from automated bots, scripts, and fake Sybil accounts that are just trying to farm and drain the rewards pool. The core tool deployed here to stop that is GoodDollar verification. This is a human verification layer used to distinguish real users from automated or low-quality Sybil activity. Think of it like the ultimate digital bouncer at a really exclusive club. Bots are strictly not on the guest list. It establishes a proof of personhood. Before you can interact with the high-stakes, high-reward parts of the platform, you have to prove through facial verification that there is a real, breathing, unique human behind the screen.
It all boils down to a very strict ratio: one human to one account, period. A wallet can be GoodDollar verified on-chain, but the P2E Inferno app goes a step further than that. It enforces internal ownership mapping to ensure that one verified identity cannot just be passed around to verify multiple different accounts within the ecosystem. This cheat-proof environment is essential. I mean, if anyone could spin up 1,000 bots to take courses, the rewards would instantly become worthless. This gating protects the time and effort of every honest user.
So what does this gating actually protect in practice? Well, GoodDollar verification is required for access to the DG token vendor, which is effectively the economic engine and trading hub of the platform. It protects access to the high-value tactical quests that distribute the most significant rewards. It dictates your eligibility for those dynamic daily quests we talked about earlier. Ultimately, it protects the overall fair learning economy. Without this foundational trust layer, the incentives would just collapse under the weight of automation. In this architecture, verification is a critical feature for sure, not a point of friction. When you bring all these sophisticated layers together, the interactive engine of quests, the habit-building daily momentum, the strict proof-of-work requirements, and that human integrity gating, P2E Inferno literally takes you from a curious observer to a verifiable expert. You aren't just leaving the platform with some new concepts floating around in your head, you're leaving with a visible, blockchain-verified record of your capabilities. You build an undeniable, on-chain reputation that proves you can execute alongside real, self-sovereign economic opportunities generated directly from your hard work.
Which leaves us with one final provocative question to think about. Are you ready to step into the Inferno and prove your actions? Passive learning is incredibly comfortable, sure, but it doesn't build the future. The next generation of digital industries requires builders who can actually execute and, more importantly, who can prove it. I really hope this explainer gave you a crystal clear understanding of the architecture making this verifiable learning economy possible. Keep learning, keep doing, and I'll see you in the next one.